it's time to venture away from Scuttletown, and, well, what I said last time is still true here. One of the biggest problems with the Shantae is that stuff kinda just spawns. However, this is even worse, because most of the enemies in Scuttletown had set spawn points. These fuckers just appear randomly, and yes, they can absolutely appear underneath you and just hit you, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it's super dumb. So this first area is fairly basic. Now, Shantae is actually a Metroidvania, perhaps with a bit of Zelda thrown in as well. That being said, though, as a Metroidvania, it's not really one of my favorites. The point of bringing it up here, of course, is the fact that this first screen is fairly straightforward. It's mostly flat, but as we gain new abilities, there's at least a little more to explore here. It's still a fairly basic area, though. That being said, though, for a flat area, I do love the background. Like, dang, look at those hills. That's just really cool. I love all the little details, and it makes what is basically just a flat plane a lot more interesting. Still though, both these weird mole guys and these scarecrows randomly pop up and can basically just spawn on top of you. The scarecrows emerge from the background, so as long as your reaction time is good, you can at least dodge them. The moles, not so much. You're kinda just screwed if they appear underneath you. That back there would have increased our maximum health, but of course we can't reach that yet. Now, you might have also noticed that I take my time at the scarecrow areas, and that's because I do want to money grind at least a little bit. It's always good to get the big gems, but for the most part, you get a fair bit of money at times. Not so much from the overworld. That being said, though, while I didn't like the first area, this one's actually pretty cool. I do like how each screen really changes it up in terms of set pieces. Because we went from an open field to this forest. It's also gone dark, but of course, as I said before, it's got a day-night system, and it's akin to Castlevania 2's. Except, you know, the game doesn't just stop you from playing in the middle of it, so it's a lot better in that regard. Though, in terms of fighting enemies, it's still a bit of a challenge. Well, maybe challenge is overstating it, but still, things are tougher when it's night, so maybe don't mess with things at night as much, especially at this point in the game. Also, you can stand on top of most of those trees, and that really helps me not have to deal with these enemies. Not to say the spiders are the most difficult enemies in the world. Their shots are fairly easy to dodge, and even at night they take only one hit to kill, so not a big deal. That there's actually a save point, which is really nice. I'm glad they give you that just right in the middle of our journey to Watertown. But we are not at Watertown just yet. We can't do anything with that fountain over there. Instead, we have to deal with these guys. I love these fishmen because their jump animation is amazing. Thankfully, they are set enemies. They don't just spawn randomly, so we don't have to deal with them coming out of nowhere, though. Their jump attack can be a little bit tricky to dodge. These snakes usually come out 3 at a time, so if you don't want them to just, you know, slowly crawl into you, make sure to time them out. I've been hit by them before. It's not the most shameful thing. When there are multiple spawn points, it can actually be kind of difficult to keep track of how many snakes each one has spawned. Oh yeah, also I've definitely practiced this area a lot. I had quite a few retakes, and you'll see one thing I very much enjoyed the timing of later, I believe. I'm pretty sure I made myself use that thing for a successful take, but yeah, eventually I practiced this a lot. Hell yeah, that right there! That was extremely good. Yes, I absolutely did do retakes if I could not time it right for that. Which, yes, did mean I had to kill, like, the fishmen and the snakes at certain times in order to make that work. Yes, I am my own worst enemy. Why do you ask? So, most enemies are technically a good money grinding source. I mean, just the snakes alone could do pretty well. Of course, money drops are RNG, and like I said, the dance parlor is much better since that's just a set minigame, and of course some of the areas you can go to have very big gems that work great for rewards, but hey, if you ever want to just sit down and kill some enemies, you can do that. Alright, so we're only in the second town in the game, but we're being introduced to some special items that will actually upgrade Shantae's attack. So let's talk to some townspeople real quick. Okay, wow, yeah. They're really talking about the fighter gear. Or, sorry, fighter equipment, rather. Yeah, so, if you thought that the thing I was mentioning that was super expensive, or rather the stuff that's super expensive, if you thought that was like an endgame item, no. It's introduced in the second town of the game. So like I said, if you want to grind, here's what you're grinding for. I'm digging this weird bearded dude with a nice headband. Just out on his jog with his significant beard. No, we're definitely a genie. Genie all the way, 100% genie. No half genie hero here, sir. Just 100% full genie. Alright, I think we've talked to everyone, so let's enter the Warp Squid hut. So, this looks similar to the one in Scuttletown, right? And what a coincidence. This mother squid also lost her babies. Huh, and also what a coincidence, there are 4 of them. So, I'll just say this now. Warp squids are your fast travel option. Once you give a mother squid 4 squid babies, you can just warp to that town. Now there's a reason I don't like this as a fast travel option, and oh my god, we just walked right through that lady. There's a reason I don't like this as a fast travel option, but we'll see that later. Okay, sure, apparently Shantae knows precisely the number of fireflies it takes to light a room. So yes, that's a special item that we can't get just yet. Fireflies are a collectible that we actually haven't seen. I'll give you a hint though, they only appear at night, so if you're looking for them, make sure it's night. It's kind of self-explanatory. Alright, so, I know we need the float muffins at some point for 100%. Exit candy, exiting labyrinths. It can be useful, but I won't use them. And I don't think we need flash either. So, boot, sash, cuff, and tiara. These are the 4 fighter equipments, and as you can see, they are quite pricey. We haven't even gotten 100 gems yet, so even the first bit of equipment is out of our price range. God, we are gonna have to dance a lot. Oh well, at least I have the float muffins for later. Like I said, we'll need those. So, we actually need to go to Bullow's Gazebo. Each town has its own special, character-specific location. Of course, Mimic's docks back in Scuttletown are kinda useless overall, just because we talked to Mimic in the intro, and I don't think we need to talk to him again? This here's Bolo. He's kind of an idiot, but we do need to talk to him to progress. Oh sure, she'll blow up my town, but yours is fine. You didn't even need to get stepped on first? Jeez. Somebody's easy. Yeah, there is certainly a very distinct thing that we passed that, I don't know, is probably Dribble Fountain, if I had to guess. We couldn't interact with it, and it was, kind of fancy, you know, leaves a mark. You see that thing, you know it's important. Alright, so that's our business with Bolo. Oh, I should say that when you don't use them for plot advancement, you can talk to characters like Mimic or Bolo, and they'll generally point you in a certain direction. They all have different advice, and some might help, others might not. I might skip this section since we're just backtracking at the moment, but I would like to mention one thing. This isn't one of my favorite Metroidvanias, and the reason being is it might seem fairly linear, but it's surprisingly difficult to navigate Sequin Land. It is worth noting, however, that the world map shape is actually that of a donut, so basically, eventually, if you go a certain direction for long enough, you'll end up on the other side of the world, so if you were to go left for a while, eventually you'd end up on the rightmost side. Even knowing this, which is something that throws people off, there's a certain point in the game in which I just got hopelessly lost, which, again, might sound silly. Also, that thing was horrifying. Thank goodness we didn't have to fight that eldritch abomination, but anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yes. While it might seem like a fairly linear game, it's very easy to get lost in Shantae, and while it's not going to be for at least a little while, there's a relatively infamous portion of the game in which it's far too easy to get lost. Anyway, though, here we are at Dribble Fountain. I don't know how you made it here so quickly, Bolo. I felt I speedran that pretty well. You can smell it past the water? Jeez, Bolo. I mean, being horny on main's one thing, but how are you this powerfully horny? Also, we've had to deal with Bolo's stupidity for so long, it just became night. Yeah, sure, that works. Yeah, you really fucked up that fountain. It's in serious pain, allowing us to enter. So, next time on Shantae, we enter our first labyrinth.